soprano, I've got Sarah O, created me a clean heart on my album. Jesus, You Are the Alpha as well on the album. I had Margaret and I had Lucianne. Looking at the pressure I really put on everyone, especially my sopranos, they really did a good job, and the best is yet to come. Tenor, I had Ralph, David, and Blessing. Blessing is, of course, with the Lion King. He's a South African who just did his own thing on that night. This whole team were so united. That was one thing that really, to date, I just thank God for. They were extremely united. If you touch one, you touch everyone in there. And sometimes during rehearsals, I sit back and watch them and see how they all blend, and it really makes sense, and it made me understand why God showed up on that night. So yeah, we did a good job. Another lady that I haven't forgotten, but she really inspires me extremely well, is Dura Tojola. I did track 3 of my album with her. She praises what I do. She is like a big sister to me. She tells me off when I go wrong, and that night she did the Kile, she did that bit, and it was just on the next level. Be looking out for her album as well. It's gonna be 1 in a million. That really surprised me, because when the program started, it was a bit empty. So I kept on asking Judson and my team that, is the room full? Is the room full? What's happening? And you could see that they didn't want to tell me no. You know, no one. It's quite empty. But they kept on saying, "Oh, don't worry, they're coming." And it was raining. It was snowing as well. So I was like, God, you know what? It got to a time I was like, God, even if we get people, just half of the congregation, I'll be happy. I just need to get this recorded. But the Lord just did His own thing. We had the overflow room. We had over 200 people with a TV screen there, and we had over 500 people being turned home, and in the auditorium they had to squeeze about 2,000 people in there. That alone, I was like, God, you know what? Thank you that you also brought people to partake in this, and you brought people to be blessed. So God hasn't told me where to do the next one yet, but so far next year's Africa Worship with Sonnie Badu will be at the same venue, Victory House. This means that from 12 o'clock you need to come early and take a seat, because if you don't come and you're turned back home, you'd have to wait for the next year. Special thanks first of all goes to the camera crew, Minister Patrick and his team. I want to personally say thank you to him and his whole team. They did a wonderful job, in fact, capturing the emotional moments and the physical moments as well. I want to say thank you to Christian Life Magazine, African Acts, Irene just I don't know how to say thank you to Irene. Irene just did it for us. She took the whole project on board as her own, and she's just something else. Another lady I want to say thank you to is Sarah Aniaje. She did all the letters that were sent to the high commissioners, and she had sleepless nights because I was just constantly on her, making sure that things were done on time. Amma, everyone knows that you touch Amma, you touch me. Amma is like a big sister to me, and she really made sure everyone had eating during rehearsals. There were times that she was even ill and she would stand on her feet and cook for every single person. And I think for the night, her dress was the best. I mean, she was, everyone said it, best looking lady for the night. My very best friend Johnson as well. After the night, let me tell you this, he slept and I was working. But hey, he did a good job. I love him to bits. All the high commissioners that came, I don't know how to say thank you, but they really graced the occasion. All the pastors, Pastor Sam Labi, he left his busy schedule. Pastor Debo really, I mean, before I went on stage, he came to the backstage with me, he prayed with me. Pastor Victor is like my big brother. He was just around me, making sure everything was in check. I was okay spiritually. My brother Edmond was the man who was standing by me in the green shirt. He was making sure I had my water, I had everything. And everybody that turned up on that night, because you could have your vision and everything, but if no one turns up, it's useless. But every single person that turned up, Antonia cooked for the pastors and the musicians as well. Debbie, you did a good job, thank you. Everybody that made this occasion possible, imaginative. Minister Tolu, he did the design, Africa Worships with Sonnie Badu. That design for me is the best design of the year. Thank you very much. And all the radio stations, DJ Abeji, they just promoted this. Rainbow Radio, Dr. Mark, everyone. It was a dream come true for me, and I think God is proud of you as well. Well done.